I'm super excited to talk to you about what artificial intelligence is doing today and where we are heading to tomorrow. I'm Emmanuel Raj, an artificial intelligence engineer at Silo AI, based in Helsinki. I've been in this field of AI and machine learning for the last 3 years, building AI applications on day-to-day basis. By doing this, I started to see AI and machine learning in a logical and pragmatic way. For instance, I went to watch a movie last year with one of my friends. The movie is called Transformers: The Night. It's a sci-fi movie which shows robots having a battle, and it also shows that side of fiction AI with what it can do bad for the humanity. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I loved it. In fact, we came out of the movie theater, and my friend started to tell me that how AI and machines are going to take over humans and how soon we'll be like cats and dogs in a room being controlled by AI. Well, that's the kind of impression that these sci-fi and fear-monger movies or sites can create in a human mind. Well, that's not true. AI is not equal to machines greater than human beings, and that's not the purpose of artificial intelligence, or neither we are anywhere close to that today. Well, also, another myth that people have is people think best AI is about best algorithms. Well, that's not true because algorithms are a small part of it. We'll see the full equation of what artificial intelligence is really about in its simplicity. But before going there, let's look at a problem that is very subtle but very big in the business context. Recently, there was a survey by HackerRank for 39,000 software engineers and developers. And one of the main conclusions of this survey was that developers and engineers felt that 83% of their business leaders and C-level execs who make the decisions for their organizations do not see artificial intelligence as they do. Well, this can create conflicts within the organization. This can also not enable the business to have right expectations while doing business. And this also doesn't enable the businesses to make full use of the potential of AI available today. And on top of this, there's a huge AI bubble in the market. People are confused. It's a big definition. That's mainly because of these kind of sci-fi concepts around us, and also a huge marketing bubble that's going on around us. Recently, these legends, as we know, Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk had a MIF on Twitter, and turns out that none of them are wrong. Elon is talking about what AI can do bad for the world when it reaches singularity. That means 30 to 60 years from now. And Zuckerberg is talking about what good AI can do today for the world. Well, it's a matter of perspective, right? By this kind of a marketing gimmick, what really happens to general audiences, we get confused, and this kind of concept of AI looks pretty vague. So AI is actually quite simple. This is AI from an engineer's perspective. AI is equal to data plus machine learning plus human in the loop. We take the training data, we fit that into the best fit machine learning algorithm based on the use case. And machine learning itself is a vast field of thousands of algorithms split into 3 categories. First is the supervised learning, where the data is completely labeled. Unsupervised learning, where the data is not at all labeled. Semi-supervised learning, where the data is partially labeled. That's machine learning. We choose the best fit machine learning algorithm. We train the model, and after training the model, the best part comes into the picture. That's humans, human in the loop. Without human, AI is of no good. A human trains the model, teaches the system to perform and do the right predictions. And without human in the loop, AI is of no good use. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is artificial intelligence in its simplicity. And by looking at AI in this perspective, if business people and tech people look at it this way, we can avoid some conflicts. And also, best AI is about business greater than technology. Always it's about driving the business value. AI is not of any use when there's cool technology, but not driving any business value. So that, in a nutshell, is what artificial intelligence is from an engineer's perspective, in its simplicity. And now, when we look at the change that artificial intelligence is driving across various industries, we see healthcare is one of the top industries where AI is driving the change. Especially, one of the most important use cases is patient diagnosis, where it turns out that doctors have a pretty hard job at making decisions. And AI and machine learning can help them make these decisions pretty quick. For example, we take the de-identified patient medical record and we pass it through the best fit machine learning algorithm, which analyzes over 100,000 data points. And by doing that, we are able to predict quantitative prediction of how much the person is likely to be readmitted in the hospital before 48 hours of that event happening. These kind of insights are pretty cool for doctors. This is how AI is helping doctors in healthcare industry. Likewise, finance is a pretty disruptive industry where AI is playing a role. In Finland itself, according to Bank of Finland, there are around 1 million transactions on an average happening every 6 minutes. If we employ the whole population of Finland to detect the frauds in these transactions, we are still not able to match the functionality which machine learning and AI brings to these equations. That's where AI is disrupting finance. AI is also making a huge difference in transportation with autonomous driving, where we're heading to safer and efficient roads. And also governments are able to build smarter services on top of IoT, transportation system and other services. This in turn saves the average time of a citizen. How cool would it be to save some hours for a whole year, right? After all, time is money, isn't it? Likewise, manufacturing, networks, media, e-commerce, education, and retail, all the industries are being driven through the change of AI. This, ladies and gentlemen, in a nutshell, is the change which AI is bringing to these industries. When we look at where we are right now today, in the landscape of artificial intelligence, 2018, we are at an infant stage. There are 4 building blocks of artificial intelligence. First being the language, the second being speech, third is vision, and fourth is the knowledge. So when we see where we are in language context, language understanding context, through the help of natural language processing methodologies, we are able to figure out the human intention behind a text. For example, there's a common English phrase which goes like this: "It's raining cats and dogs." If we give this phrase to a computer, it literally takes as if the cats and dogs are falling from the sky, right? But that's not how it is. Today, by the help of NLP, natural language processing methodologies, the computers are able to find out the sarcasm and the intent behind a language sentence. Secondly, in speech area, we are moving from detection, normal speech detection, towards deep speech, where we are able to figure out the voice tonations of a user, the emotions behind the speech, and also the surroundings around the user. This brings a whole new dimension to the game. Thirdly, when we look at vision, we have progressed from 2-dimensional computer vision applications to 3-dimensional computer vision applications. In 2-dimension applications, we were able to do traditional image classification. With 3-dimensional, we are able to even do applications which are able to figure out the real-time heartbeat rate of a human being. And recently, with my colleagues, we made an application by using 3-dimensional methodologies of computer vision. We set up a camera in an amusement park for the night. As you can see, it's pitch dark over here. We recorded the whole scene for the night, and then in the next day, we were able to decode the image and make it into a colorful image, even without light being present. So this is where we are heading with 3-dimensional computer vision applications. Fourthly, when it comes to knowledge representation, driving the right insights, and making decisions for systems are crucial. In order to do that, we are progressing from machine learning methodologies to deep learning methodologies being embedded in the applications. With deep learning, the best part is that we are able to optimize the results and get the results to 10x times better than what machine learning is able to do. So this, ladies and gentlemen, we are heading towards an era which will be puberty AI, 2022. That's where I believe that AI is able to make difference in our everyday life. Imagine all these domains of AI coming together with these developments, what a normal person is able to do. Just by having a thought, you're able to turn that into actions, just by a snap. You omit a word, you're able to perform an action. Have an idea, you get the insights to make a decision. This is breathing life into ideas. So this is puberty AI. This opens up a lot of opportunities for us today. So the choice is ours. Be the change or fight the change. Thank you.